Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Pilile, all things accounting, and here we discuss accounting, God, and resilience. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let's get into it. So the first question that I received was, how did you deal with failure? Well, I haven't dealt with it, to be quite honest with you. I'm still in the process of dealing with it. There are days where imposter syndrome has me like, there are days where it grabs me by my clothes. There are days where I feel very, very confident. There are days where I feel very not so confident. I haven't dealt with failure. I'm still in the process of dealing with it. I don't know, but what I'm doing so far is I experience every emotion that it comes with. So on the days when imposter syndrome is trapping me, I get to feel that, I get to experience that. I don't deny myself of experiencing that. On the days where I feel very confident, I also get to live in that moment, and I make sure that I capitalize more on that because I enjoy the feeling that it comes with. On the days where I just feel inadequate, again, I go through it and I literally tell myself that no one's gonna take me out of this mental state that I'm at that point. No one else can take me out of that but myself, and another way that I'm dealing with failure is I talk now. Yes, I make sure that I talk now. Usually I just isolate myself, when things are not looking good, whether in my personal life or academics. But now I genuinely talk. I try by all means to make sure that I don't go back to the point that led me, or to the emotions that I was experiencing before I failed. So that is how I am dealing with failure right now. Am I attending therapy? No, I'm not, but I find therapy in the people closest to me, to be quite honest. So I don't see the need of having to pay. I don't see the need to do that. The second question says, hey girl, I hope you're good. If I can ask, if you failed a module and you have to do a second, third year, If you failed a module and you have to do a second, third year, you just have to forget about CISA, or there is a way? No, you don't have to forget about CISA. Repeating a year doesn't mean you should forget about the objective. Sorry. Failing doesn't mean forget about your dream. Failing doesn't mean now everything that you have worked hard for the past 2-3 years has gone down the drain. It really doesn't mean that. It just means that there was a hurdle along the way and you just have to go over the hurdle and carry on with the race. It doesn't mean that you have to now change careers. It doesn't mean that you have to stop thinking about it. No. So yes, there's definitely a way. You don't have to forget about it. There's definitely a way. You have to repeat your third year and then qualify for your CTA and start doing your articles. There's definitely a way. It doesn't end just because you are now repeating your third year for the second time. It doesn't end there. Be a CA without CTA. Okay, I have a feeling that this question was asked by someone who knows who knows me. How to be a CA without CTA. Oh my goodness. So one can do this by doing so first of all, SAICA and CIMA have come to an agreement that once a CIMA, or once a management accountant, a CGMA, has the designation of CGMA, then they can write the APC and become a chartered accountant in that sense. So that is how you can become a chartered accountant without CTA. It's better between SAICA and CIMA. Personally, I am not a SAICA student, so I wouldn't know which one's better, to be quite honest. To be quite honest, I really wouldn't know which one's better. But in my opinion, I believe that CIMA is better because, one, I don't like auditing. I do not want to be an auditor. I do not dream about being an auditor. So I don't see myself studying anything relating to SAICA, because anything relating to SAICA comes with auditing, and I'm not interested in that path. So I personally prefer CIMA because, yeah, I don't want to be an auditor. I want to be more on the management accounting side of things, the financial side of things. But to be quite honest, this question, it depends on who you are. If you enjoy auditing, tax, financial accounting, if you want to specialize in all four, then I highly recommend that you do SAICA or the CA route. And if you want to specialize more in financial management and cost and management accounting, then you can do your honors in finance. Yes. Next question is, which route is shorter between SAICA and CIMA? So if you are doing BCom accounting, the general stream, or I know at UP, if you're doing BCom in financial sciences, UFS uses BCom accounting, same as UJ, then and you want to be a CA at the end of the day, then the CIMA route is shorter because it will be less. The CIMA route will be shorter because you wouldn't have to do BCTA. So what made me pursue CIMA is I have no interest in being an auditor one day, so I don't see the need as to why I should study SAICA, because SAICA is auditing and I don't like auditing. So that's why I decided that I still want to be a CA, just not the traditional route of BCCA, CA, I don't want to do it like that because I have no interest with being an auditor, So that's why I have decided to do CIMA. And I also really enjoy cost management accounting. I just love that module. I think I've expressed my love for it in the previous video, so if you haven't watched it, go watch it, please. But I think that's what I see myself doing for the rest of my life, to be quite honest. I see myself probably working at a manufacturing company, or probably working on the financial side of a bank. That's literally where I see myself for the rest of my life. I don't see myself as an auditor. I don't see the need for me to audit. I don't like auditing. Self-carrying standards, guys, I don't see myself flagging standards. I just don't see myself there. I genuinely don't see myself there. So that's why I decided to pursue CIMA. I think I'm more passionate on management accounting rather than CASA. Even though I still want to be a CA, I just don't want to study auditing. So yeah, is CIMA. Okay, so CIMA is a professional body, accountants basically. So if you want to be a CGMA, then you would have to sign with this professional body. What is a CGMA? It's a Chartered Global Management Accountant. So you would have to be signed with CIMA, which is the professional body, and they will enable you into getting this designation of ACMA, CGMA, and then yes, that's what CIMA is in a nutshell. You become a CGMA. If you want to be a CGMA, you would have to do 3 years undergrad. You can do 3 years undergrad either in Bachelor's of Accounting or Accounting Science, BCom Accounting or Accounting General Stream, or BCom Finance. all of those degrees are accredited by CIMA, depending on the institution that you're at. At UJ, I know that they are all accredited by CIMA, so you can do either or of those and then do your honors in finance, and then 3 years articles, and then in the midst of those 3 years you can write your case studies or your board exams, and then obtain your designation, and that is how you can become a chartered global management accountant. What is the procedure of articles in CIMA? What is the procedure in articles in CIMA? Well, after completing your honors in your postgraduate diploma in financial management, or your BCom honors in financial management, you can then do your articles. But currently in South Africa, CIMA is not as well known, so even companies have not implemented CIMA as much. So I only know of 2 companies currently, which are ABSA and KPMG. I think I'm very certain about ABSA and not too certain about KPMG, but I've read somewhere. I just went through it though, I didn't read into detail. But let's just include KPMG. I only know of those 2 companies that provide CIMA CIMA articles, right? So should you not secure a job, those 2 companies, then CIMA does have another option that you can go for, which is the practical experience requirement, PRE. So what it does is it requires you to have 3 years of work experience in the finance industry. It doesn't necessarily mean that you should have CIMA articles, but it just means that in the finance industry, let's say corporate investment banking, CIB, so if you find yourself in that space for a period of 3 years, then SAICA will approve those 3 years in CIB as your practical experience requirement, and then you basically have the experience and you can still be a CGMA in that sense. So you don't have to be like a CIMA trainee in order for you to become, or in order for you to hold the designation of a CGMA. Next question is, hi, can you please help by elaborating what accounting is all about? I'm really interested and I want to be a chartered accountant. Well, so accounting, what is I did mention I should elaborate on what accounting is all about. So accounting is all about accounting. Accounting is all about taking accountability. And how do we do this? We take accountability by ensuring that we record every transaction that the business enters, from the beginning of the transaction till the end. We basically account for all of those transactions, and we can account for those transactions in terms of income tax of South Africa, in terms of management accounting, in terms of financial management, in terms of financial accounting, as well as in terms of auditing those transactions. So that is all accounting is all about. We want to account for every transaction that the business or the entity incurs. And then she also said, I'm really interested and I want to be a chartered accountant. I'm really interested. So she's really interested in accounting and she'd like to be a chartered accountant. So if you'd like to be a chartered accountant, I would personally recommend that study a BEc degree or an accounting degree that is SAICA accredited, and on top of that it should be a CA route. So study that degree and then pursue your CTA, and then 3 years articles, and then 2 board exams, ITC and APC, and then in the midst of those 3 years, by the way, and then you'll become a chartered accountant like that. So this point of the video, please make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And from me to you guys, I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.